My industry experience. During the 2 years studying a foundation degree in animal science at Nottingham Trent, I have learnt a lot of new skills and knowledge due to the variety of topics covered in 10 modules over the 2 years. These modules included animal management and welfare, health and disease, fundamentals of animal biology, reproduction and breeding, animal nutrition, and the animal industry project. Teaching in these modules included practical sessions such as dissections, group work, and also lectures and assignments. As part of the animal industry project, we were required to undertake 150 hours in the animal industry, gaining experience. Firstly, I visited Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust in Jersey and attended a course at the Conservation Academy. There we had lectures on animal behaviour and how to develop our own projects. We also heard from Durrell employees about the current research happening around the world, including the Montserrat mountain chicken and the Madagascar pochard. We were lucky enough to get a behind-the-scenes tour of the zoo, including the vets section, the birds and the reptiles, to see how all the different sections of the zoo are run. We also got to help the mammal keeper make some food enrichment for the spectacle bears and the coatis. Whilst we were at Durrell, we had to conduct our own research project. My group's project was looking at the visitor interactions and how it had any implications on the behaviour of the Asian short-clawed otter. For 3 weeks, I volunteered at Noah's Ark Zoo Farm in North Somerset. Whilst I was there, I collected my data for my animal industry project, looking at how the enclosure usage of the Bengal tiger is used and what behaviours they exhibited. I designed my own ethogram to record my data, and I did observations 3 times a day for 15 minutes. Before my morning observations, I'd help the cat keepers clean out the enclosures. One morning I found an unharmed barn owl in one of the dens. Whilst I was not doing my observations, I helped on the animal village section of the zoo, cleaning and feeding the small companion animals. I also got to help with the animal shows by leading in cows, goats, and horses. Lastly, I helped on the South American section, cleaning out the capybara enclosure, feeding the tapir and coatis, and collecting browse for the tapirs and marla. Lastly, I went on a field trip to Mauritius for 2 weeks. There I observed current conservation projects conducted by the Mauritian Wildlife Trust in Durrell. These included the pink pigeons, the echo parakeets, the Mauritian kestrel, and the Mauritian fruit bat. I got to hold a 1-year-old hand-reared fruit bat, which was really cute. For 3 days we worked on the island Ila Agrit, working in groups to find pegs scattered across the island to string together in 12.5 by 12.5 metre quadrats, and count the number of snails we found in each quadrat. This was to estimate the population number of giant African land snails, which are an invasive species, and to see how the population of native tailfare skinks are affected. Animal handling and eradication techniques of invasive species were also taught whilst in Mauritius. Here you can see I'm holding a tailfare skink, learning how to do the morphometrics on it by measuring the tails and limbs and looking out for scars. And here I was laying rat poison to kill them as they're an invasive species. We also did a plastic and marine survey, looking out for pollution of different types of plastic on the beach and calculating the percentage of rock, coral and sand in comparison to the number of fish species that we were spotted. I also qualified as an open water scuba diver whilst in Mauritius. Mauritius is a beautiful country and I feel so privileged to be able to say I've been there and to work with these brilliant organisations and help with the conservation efforts. I've really enjoyed my 2 years studying Foundation Animal Science at Nottingham Trent. The skills I've learnt in the field and in lectures will definitely benefit me as I plan to progress onto the BSc in Animal Biology. Making it compulsory to do a minimum of 150 hours work experience is a great idea as it gets you in contact with new companies that you had not previously become in contact with, and you learn new experiences and skills. As it's a practical course, I think it's really benefited me as I've learnt how to correctly handle animals and learnt about specific husbandry techniques. At the moment, I'm looking into working with captive animals in zoos, but with all the experience I've learnt so far, I know my options are open. Taking this degree has really increased my confidence and given me more knowledge that I feel will help me later in life when I have a job working in the animal sector.